Oye, te habla tío Sabio Vega. This is Sabio Vega and you watching True Heel Hit. A mi manera o para la calle.
What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Bryan Cage, and you're watching True Heel Heat. Who better? Nobody.
This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero, and if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to the boys.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble, episode 145, Mogul Embezzlement, reviewing the May 8th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, my co-host, the man of 54,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of AEW and Tony Khan. He is Jimmy Macram.
Oh, ladies and gents, ladies and gents, how the hell are you?
I'm just in my head for a second there when I said honest criticism of Tony Khan. I imagined you doing Euphoria on Tony Khan. The way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way you dress.
It definitely is in my head all the time now. I gotta be honest. All the time.
We about to make one of these for Drake, but it's gonna say, why does Kendrick Lamar hate me?
So many reasons, apparently. Too many for one song, apparently.
We appreciate y'all if you're joining us live, or appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show that appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You could share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can drop a heart, a like, a laugh emoji, an angry emoji, however last night's AEW Dynamite made you feel. And you can also share it over on Facebook and tell your friend to like the True Heel Heat page over there, as well as on Twitter. You can heart it, and you can also comment in the live chat. Rest with the others on every platform. Sound off in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here and make sure your comment is highlighted on screen, you could do that with a super chat donation. That is so important to what we do here. It goes back to all the contributors that you see on screen with us here, including Jimmy Macram, and we always appreciate the support. We got Wrestling is Art in the chat who says, let's go. We also got Power Driver Finisher saying, sup, y'all. Let's talk shit about booking decisions we have no business knowing nothing about.
Booking decisions.
It's usually how it works. Booking, I don't know, booking decisions. I don't know what he's referencing. I know Jimmy had some comments about Triple H. You weren't pleased when I told you everything that happened with Triple H this week. Not for the reasons that anybody else was displeased with Triple H. You were displeased with Triple H for basically doing the Hart Park 6 after the backlash. After the backlash press conference, when he decided to tap in and flick on the Triple H King of Kings character as he shitted on Fightful and PW Insider, Triple H has gone out of his way and WWE to apologize to both PW Insider and Fightful, including yesterday Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp posting that he received a cheese platter from the WWE courtesy for all of his hard work and for working with them.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Listen. I like Fightful. And I like PW Insider. Mostly. I think. Yeah. Mike Johnson and I'm not sure if you've seen Dave Scherer. He's been shitting on Dave Meltzer for years now, but specifically yesterday, he was just going off. So I'm a fan. But listen.
I'm not really a fan of Dave, but Mike Johnson is a GOAT.
Which one?
Huh? Dave Scherer.
Well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe a good reason. I don't know. Wouldn't say. Yeah, what Troy said, I wouldn't have said it because I wouldn't have felt the need to say it. But once you say it, you said it. And you didn't say it like accidentally, like, you know, a curse word didn't slip out. You didn't accidentally call somebody something that rhymes with maggots or the N-word. Something that really deserves an apology. It wasn't an accident. I don't understand what a cheese platter. What are we doing? Are you fucking serious? Oh, I'm so over it. Stand on business, sir. Stand on business. What are they gonna do? Write a negative report about you? Then what? And then what happens?
Find out how involved Paul is into the lawsuit. Annika says, "Look, okay."
I love that all you motherfuckers were fucking. Oh, you know he wanted the executives on that thing. Y'all all saying that, and now what? He might still be in there. Oh, nigga, I'm not letting you Drake me. No. It's like I didn't see what the fuck I saw. No.
We got Annika says, "Look, Jimmy, Paul can't morph into an evil billionaire just yet."
See that you might be right. I don't want to fucking. He's probably thinking about optics and shit. I don't care about optics. It means nothing to me. As long as I don't traffic anybody, leave me alone and fuck off.
Stand on business.
Yes.
10 toes down on business.
What's such a weird thing to say?
It was
weird.
It basically you made me realize what it was. It was basically a smoke screen. He didn't want to really answer the question, so he said something that would gain more attention of the fact that he never really answered the full question. that no one's talking about the fact he never even addressed the fact that Ronda was involved with Gulak leaving, or you're making the decision not to renew his contract, because it's too ironic of she says something, he's taken off TV, you do an investigation, then apparently you didn't get anything from the investigation on what Ronda happened, but you did find out that he was a bully as a trainer. And now that's the reason why you're saying, oh, we didn't renew him because of that.
I mean, that sounds right. But I mean, it's true, Gulak. Sorry.
I mean, also fair. Anything else non-AEW or this episode that you wanted to bring up before we get into last night's show?
I've been very disappointed with wrestling recently. I'm not sure if it's just a typical post-WrestleMania hangover that typically happens, but I've been bored with everything. Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite. How long has it been? A month? All of it. Sorry. Yawn. Fucking yawn. Boo.
I feel you. The quality, like I said, I said it last week, I'll say it again here. I felt since AEW Revolution where I gave them all the credit in the world, and I was big praise about the build to that show and how that I thought the build to that show was one of their best ever. It's been on the other side of Revolution. Hasn't been. It didn't have the best build to AEW Dynasty, and the build so far to Double or Nothing has been at best fine, and at worst a mess.
I'm glad we're on the same page here. I wonder sometimes. I'm just a hater.
And WWE, I just always expect it to be boring after WrestleMania because that's just it. It is what it is. Like last year set the standard for that. I am willing to give like optimism or go into things with an open view of let it play out with most things in WWE now that Triple H is in charge. But after WrestleMania, I don't expect them to give us their best product.
I don't understand they don't keep your foot on necks. You just had a fantastic WrestleMania. You had all the will in the world. Why not just keep on the gas? People like fucking Backlash, apparently. Just go. Just fucking run from WrestleMania to Backlash and then run again. I don't understand. What are you waiting for? SummerSlam? Are you fucking serious? You got the kind of time?
I think that the real like big story, because they're doing building right now, especially with like the bloodline angle. But it feels like with both shows, like the bloodline angle is the best thing going on WWE.
Agreed.
The elite angle is the best thing going on AEW, and neither one of those things is the top champion on either company.
That's a very, very fair point. I don't know if I agree with the elite thing, but that's all right. You still might be right because I can't think of anything better.
He's like, I don't want to admit it, but I can't argue against it.
You know what?
I mean, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Save it. Save it.
You're mad if you want.
We've been on this page. I feel like we're ahead of the curve. We're ahead of the curve because we saw it coming. We saw it. We was like from week to week, from 1 week to the next. I've never seen a quicker turnaround with us and opinions, and then gradually 2 weeks later, everybody else is saying the same thing. But we'll get into that. We also got in the chat here, Frantic World saying Triple H made his own version of tailor-made freestyle, but he took it back real quick.
So weird. Well, not weird. We apparently think it's a strategy of some kind. They really love PR over there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Annika says, how did you like the King of the Ring first round? Did you watch Raw?
I did see Gunther and Sheamus. That was really good. Probably go great.
Yeah,
I really like Dragunov Ricochet. Dragunov's my favorite wrestler to watch, even though he goes way overboard selling.
He's like Sami Zayn meets Dolph Ziggler levels of selling sometimes.
Sir, all right. It didn't hurt that much. Would you stop it? Knock it off. But he's so fun to watch.
And I love the way he does the drunk legs. The drunk legs.
He's definitely Benoit-esque. Let's hope it ends a little better. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, that's been a rumor as of late. We'll talk more about Saudi Arabia possibly getting Royal Rumble or WrestleMania.
That's what I'm saying. Why do you give a fuck about PR? How is Triple H saying these niggas are bums worse than doing shows in Saudi Arabia? Why do I have to apologize and you don't? Where they do that at?
They ain't apologize to Janelle Grant. Anyway, last night's AEW Dynamite took place in Canada. I know that much. I forget where. Edmonton. You know how I know that? Because I saw a whole bunch of Oilers jerseys the entire night. What did you think about the crowd last night in Edmonton? I thought it was really good for the talk. Did you see the news heading into Dynamite this week about people saying that they thought that people weren't going to show up because of the Oilers game?
They thought nobody was going to show up? That's hilarious. I mean, they do love fucking...
They do love hockey. And literally, no. It's bigger than that. I kind of gave you the Spark Notes version. Literally across the street from the building last night, they did a watch party for the Oilers game because they're on the road with 20,000 people there. So, like, it's a double fold of there was people that probably were not going to show up because they wanted to watch the game. There was people that would probably not show up because they were going across the street to the watch party. And there was people that was not going to show up because they understood the traffic would be ridiculous with the people at the Dynamite show and at the 20,000 watch party.
Do we know how many people were there?
What, for Dynamite?
Yeah.
Dynamite sold 4,000 tickets. So it
4,000.
actually did well because they only made like 4,500 available. And I think they got up to 4,200. Like they had like 300 before a sell out. So they did pretty well for the tickets that they distributed. But
yeah,
I know. And in the crowd, I thought the crowd overall was good last night, in my opinion. I thought the crowd was loud. It was good. But I also know that everyone left after that Elite segment. So if ROH in 2 weeks, it's going to be an empty arena show.
Before I forget, this new format he does is heinous. This is a terrible idea. I hate this idea. Main event, and then we're just doing shit. Dude, remind me to fucking mention the quarter hours for next week. I guarantee you it falls off a fucking cliff after the main event. Because it just feels like the end of the show. It does.
It did feel like the end of the show.
And it fell off 2 weeks ago when they did this shit. Right, for the last Swerve and Joe segment. Because motherfucker was just like, the Oscar main event is the end. It's over. It's 10 o'clock, nigga. Oh.
And it's crazy because I thought earlier in the show they did a good job of like I was gonna mention it when we got into the show, but I thought they did a good job of promoting the Swerve Christian face-to-face with the countdown clock. It was like something that they took from the airing of the All In footage. That was the first time they did it with the countdown clock, and that did a big rating. So I think that they said, okay, let's try it again with this segment because it's the world champion. It's actually showing some presentation, some value in your world champion, being like, this is the segment that you need to watch. This is we got to give them credit. We shitted on them so bad for that first week. We got to give them credit when the presentation of Swerve has improved.
Though I will say this, the fact that Moxley hasn't been here makes this even worse, by the way. He got the first promo on that Dynamite. It's fucking heinous. I ain't at a champ, but whatever. It's all right. I'll get over it.
Eventually. We got Steven who says better crowd than Winnipeg last week. Absolutely.
God damn. Fair enough.
What, you didn't think so?
They were fine. All those fucking Canadian crowds blend together on me. Fucking below average.
So racist. All Canadians look the same.
By the way, speaking of crowds, I appreciate the effort the fucking the Raw crowd went through for like the first hour. Then they just gave up.
What?
They were trying to keep up with fucking France. They were rather invested.
Yes, they were.
They went.
They were really into that Ricochet Ilya Dragunov match. Yeah. Loud. And then they followed that with Zoe Stark versus Ivy Now. It was like, we ain't France.
I'm sorry. I know they're talented, but no,
they're not over. That's the problem.
Trying to give up.
Everyone is. I feel like most like I would say 95 to 96% of professional wrestlers who are on AEW and WWE are talented in some way, whether it be in the ring, as a character, on the mic, have a great look. They have something that made them possible to be on TV. But not all of them can get over.
That's not my fault.
And not all of them are the company is going to want to get over.
That's all. So Starks is very talented, but it's been a while now.
Yeah. And that's why I fear for that matchup between her and Lyra next week. Like, it's just like, why?
Oh my God.
Why are y'all doing this? That's not how you get someone over. Is putting them against other people that aren't over.
Put on a house show. Like you did Kofi and Ray or whatever. Live event. They don't call them house shows. Live event. Whatever.
And just when people thought bait and switch was over in the new era.
Oh, stop it. You tune to see Kofi Kingston? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm over it. Let's move on from the fucking New Day. Like, I get it. I'm happy you all have jobs, but you guys, Orange Cassidy, Zoe Stark, enough. Can I get a break? Can I get a break, please? Please.
Oh man, that's bullshit. Big man dogs. He's actually not an absent champion in New Japan. He showed up for all the big New Japan shows.
I mean, New Japan shows the been since he's been champion.
They had 2 over the weekend, Wrestling Dontaku, and they got one on Saturday in Ontario, California. Eddie Kingston versus Gabe Kidd, no rope, last man standing match. That should be nuts.
Sure.
Hey, Gabe Kidd is someone that I think you would like. You would like Gabe Kidd.
Gabe Kidd.
He's like, I'm judging him by his name. AEW Dynamite comes on air. We see Adam Copeland arriving at the building. Arkany Aura, I think is her name, or how to pronounce it, asks for his thoughts on his matchup main event against Brody King for the TNT Championship. Copeland said he doesn't feel great, as his mind has been going all over the place. He doesn't want it to. His mind is going places he doesn't want it to go, and tonight it stops. Copeland said that he just got off the phone with Tony Khan, and Khan agreed. Tonight will be a no disqualification match. The House of Black wanted the rated R superstar. Tonight, they'll get him.
How many times did they name drop Tony Khan on the show? This new record?
Bunch of times.
Fucking heinous. To be on the show or fuck off. Enough of you. What are you, Steve Austin?
And you honestly don't need to do that when you have the Bucks, and then you have also Kenny making matches too.
What are we doing? What?
Seems unnecessary. It seems unnecessary and just a reason to keep Tony Khan in the viewers' heads.
Yeah, it's the reason for him to put his name on TV. I think it's over. Either you're fucking important or not. Beat it.
We got Annika who says Gabe Kidd is hilarious. Jimmy, King Potato says Jimmy would 1000% be a Gabe Kidd fan.
I love that.
There you go. He's a madman, you know. He did put on Twitter or something that I know you would agree with, that he said he's only put his timeline that he only follows Black and Asian women.
That's hilarious. I don't agree for that. He's like the anti-swerve. I don't agree with that. They're all great, sir. Fuck you, yeah, whatever fucking name is. How dare you? Am I fucking invisible, you cocksucker? Hey, SP3. Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck is this?
You popped everybody in the chat. Big Man Dot says Gabe Kidd has been shooting on AEW and NJPW, and now all the sing-alongs are copying him. We got also Frantic World that says Gabe Kidd will destroy you and dance on your grave. That's how good of a talker he is.
I do love a good talker.
Yeah. He's a great talker. He's the one that, I don't know if you've seen it on social. It kind of was a viral clip from a New Japan show recently where he beat down Shingo Takagi and then he cut a promo on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Said he's been going to Tony Khan's office and bending over backwards, pulling down his pants for AEW, and he was
awesome. Sold.
So we kick off the show with Orange Cassidy. He's going one-on-one with Trent Beretta, a grudge match between the former best friends. Excalibur welcomes us to the show. He's alongside Tony Schiavone. Taz is out this week due to issues with his knees, but said on social media he'll be back next week. OC and Trent, this was a very intense, aggressive matchup very early on. We get some brawling on the outside. At first, we then also got the countdown clock for our face-to-face meeting between AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland and the number one contender, Christian Cage. Don Callis comes down and joins the commentary team as we go to commercial break. We then get both men coming back from commercial break are slugging it out. Callis says that he likes the potential of Cassidy, which is why he left with him last week. Beretta counters a stun dog millionaire, but couldn't avoid the spinning DDT. Cassidy delivered a few lazy kicks, but then ramped it up with more physical kicks just because Beretta said he hated those kicks. So he just playing mind games with him. But Beretta again was there to respond with a half and half suplex. Beretta flipped off the crowd. He started spiking Cassidy on his head. And I love the story of this matchup was the fact that both men were just trying to physically beat down the other. Neither man goes for a pinfall this entire match. Like, literally, the only pinfall in the matchup was the one that won the match. You get Beretta. He delivers 1 power driver, 2 power drivers, 3 power drivers. He then delivers a knee strike, but he doesn't capitalize. He decides that he wants to rip off the turnbuckle pad. Excalibur talks about how it was the exposed turnbuckle that cost them in the AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament. But on the other side, while the ref is catching Trent exposing the turnbuckle, Cassidy rips off another turnbuckle. Beretta charges. He runs into the exposed turnbuckle. Cassidy rolls him up with a schoolboy to pick up the victory here. I thought this was a really good grudge match that they could have just ended it here. And I would have been like, you see, they set it up properly. I was giving them credit last week with how simple the story and how it's progressed. It's been going well. And then they fucked it up. Post-match, Beretta attacks Cassidy ringside. He then delivers a spike power driver on the ring steps. He's not done there. He brings Cassidy to the ring frame underneath the ring and delivers a slingshot into the ring frame. He then he's looking for a weapon. We see on the other side, Cassidy is basically scurrying and finding a chair. I thought he was going to basically open the chair and use the chair to get on his feet, which would have made sense. No. He takes the chair like he's going to swing it. He gets to his feet after a spike power driver on a fucking steel steps. After being slingshot neck first into the ring frame, he somehow got to his feet. So it's a standoff at the end of all of that. Chris Statlander, referees come down. Don Callis comes from commentary, and it helps Orange Cassidy to the back. My God, they was like at the 1 yard line, and then they fumbled it.
It stunk. You guys, not you.
But you didn't like the match. The match was good.
I like the match until the finish of the match. Like you said, nobody went for a pinfall. Then we ended with a roll up. You fucking serious? A roll up? That's how we end the grudge match? Come on, man. You should smash his head into the fucking thing 3 times and bend him. The match was good. I don't know about great, but it was good. Post match is fucking heinous. I hated everything about it. It's not his first power driver. This is his fourth. And then the first one on the steel steps, and he's just up. Are you fucking serious? Trent stinks. Maybe that's the continuity. Trent is just terrible. I'm sorry. He's just not competent. I really don't know what to tell you. This is fucking egregious. I don't want to start yelling and screaming because Lord knows there's a Jim Cornette reference over here. Shouldn't have done it earlier. Nobody called me the Black Dave Meltzer, but I guarantee you when I start shitting on this, it'll be the Black Jim Cornette. Here's what it is. It's just not very good. I don't know what to tell you. And I don't know why we're here. Why are we here? I thought we learned a lesson and we were getting this over on Dynamite. We were just gonna be done with Trent and Orange Cassidy. Oh no. This is just part 1. Can't wait for Trent to win the rematch, the fucking pay-per-view or whatever the fuck. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like the finish was to protect Trent because Trent is gonna win at the pay-per-view.
Why?
And he'll win the feud and align with Callis, which I do think Callis is adding something. He's adding a little bit more of a story to the whole thing. And you don't know which way he's really going with.
He's adding something to this. What about him? What's Trent adding to fucking Don Callis? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Except somebody to lose matches because Ospreay likes Cal Fletcher.
Someone who can't put somebody away with a power driver on steel. Big Red Dog says, man, this Trent guy is really weak. He hit that power driver on the outside. It didn't do shit.
Not a goddamn thing. I guess he was a little uncomfortable as he got back to his feet.
Yo, seriously, King Potato, when his foot slipped and then he power drived him and I saw his head hit the steps, I was like, oh my God. And then, I was so angry when he got to his feet. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Maybe he was just concussed. He didn't realize what he was doing.
I shouldn't get to my feet, but I gotta do it. Big Red Dog says Jim Cornette is gonna have a cardiac arrest. Oh my god, it's gonna be so. He's gonna be like, you see, this is why I always shit on Orange Cassidy. Oh man, I can't believe that spot. That was annoying. Vassell, who is still not trying to act for forgiveness. He says if they are doing Elite versus AEW this soon, what else will they do after the match? I thought a match of this kind would be the end game. No,
because you're an idiot, sir, and you don't listen. You don't pay attention.
It's actually the starting point, but I do think they should add something to Anarchy in the Arena, which I'll get to in a bit here.
Oh.
We got here in the chat, we got Frantic World who says Trent went back to back on OC. We also got
He's fucking pissed me out. You got it written down in a book somewhere? You fucking drinking Kendrick references? What the fuck are you doing? Jesus.
We got somebody who says, how the fuck did OC not sold that stair spot? He should have been carried out. 100%. 100%.
Who's the fucking, what do they call it? Agent, producer of the fucking match.
He says, no sold my ass. I mean, I mean, that's the best way to describe it. Like, I was so upset. I wanted to like this segment. I was just giving it credit last week, and then it does that stupid shit.
Fucking egregious.
Backstage, we see the Elite arrive at the building. They are shown arriving earlier today, pulling into Tony Khan's parking spot. As they said, he's not going to be there today, so they just take his spot. We then see a video package from last week of Kenny Omega's return, only to be left laying by the Elite. They also show the comments from Jack Perry, who said that Omega's not as good as he thinks he is. What hurt Perry the most is that Omega wasn't the hero they needed him to be, as AEW doesn't even need him anymore, just like the Elite. Everyone has to sacrifice, and Omega has made his.
I know it's not funny, like intentionally. Jack Perry is telling somebody they're not as good as they think they are, especially Kenny Omega of all fucking good people. It's just funny. It fits the gimmick, though. It works.
The scapegoat.
Yeah.
The scapegoat. That's what he is. We go to Kenny Omega's important announcement. He is seen in a hospital bed following last week's attack from the Elite, and he apologizes that he is not there tonight, but the EVPs had other plans in mind. He says 15 years of friendship, and they just threw it all away. He says it's hard not to take what they did personally, despite Matthew Jackson saying that it wasn't personal last week. You said that it's just business. Well, he's got to start thinking about business as well. Omega said May 26th is the 5-year anniversary of where this all started with AEW Double or Nothing. And he issues a challenge for the Elite to face Team AEW in Anarchy in the Arena. Omega says that the first two members of Team AEW will be the greatest tag team in AEW history and quite possibly the greatest tag team in the world today, FTR, and the other two will reveal themselves sooner than the Elite might hope. And he tells them to bid them adieu, goodbye, and good night. I thought this was once again very much like a natural person talking. Like it's like it blows my mind. Like he just comes across like an everyday guy, and he played the most over the top heel 3 years ago.
I was about to say, there's definitely, I believe this more. Maybe he's just a really nice guy. He strikes somebody just. Well, that may not play in front of fucking 10,000 people. It plays here. Promo last week, promo this week. Great. I love Kenny Omega.
I enjoy Kenny. I'm looking forward to when he actually is back full time for sure. We go to the next segment. Unfortunately, this one did not go so well. Tony Schiavone is here, and he introduces the number one contender for the AEW Women's World Championship, Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb says she's excited to wrestle for the AEW Women's World Championship at AEW Double or Nothing. Deeb is aware everyone loves Toni Storm, but has heard people saying she won't be able to defeat Storm, and she says that they're wrong. Losing at Double or Nothing is not an option, as several months ago, she made her return after 15 months away, the hardest time in her life as well as her career. Dee brought up suffering 3 seizures and how scary it was. Through the uncertainty, she said that she had a vision that kept her going, and that vision was becoming AEW Women's World Champion. Timeless Toni Storm then interrupts. She says that she wanted to hear from her challenger, not a charity case. Starts throwing dollar bills at Serena Deeb. Deeb said that Storm better start caring, as she'll fight for her life to become the women's world champion at Double or Nothing. Storm said that everything Deeb has gone through, she means from the bottom of her heart, she doesn't give a solitary shit. After a face-off between the two women, Storm tries for a cheap shot, but Deeb knocks her out, decks her right in the face with a right hand, knocking out the AEW Women's World Champion. Luther ran out and carried Storm to the back. Man, I feel so bad for Serena Deeb here. Like, it was, I get the point. I get the intention was to put some spotlight, put some shine on the Women's World Championship matchup, going to Double or Nothing. This wasn't the right crowd to do this in front of. This wasn't the right time to do this. Deeb's just so much better in pre-tapes. Like, it's just like it's her delivery. Her delivery is very much 1992 Bret Hart. It's very wooden. It's very wooden, and it doesn't always elect emotion if she's on a live mic. And I think that was the damage here. That was the first part. The second part is that you have very much been embracing the fact that Timeless Toni Storm is a babyface. But now you are putting her against someone that you're trying to also tell a babyface story against. And you're trying to tell a completely different Tyler story than what Timeless Toni Storm's character is. And I don't think it's going to connect very well.
It is not. Deeb is not a talker at all. 92 Bret Hart is a great comparison. Because I got to be honest, if you watch the old Bret Hart promos, you just go, I can't believe this guy's a fucking star. This is fucking... I'm sorry. He's helped by the fact that he's so popular. I don't know why. I do know now. I'm not shitting on Bret Hart, by the way. My top 10, to be clear. Deeb is not very popular. She's not over. She's been gone for forever. And when she was wrestling, she was on Collision. She's only been here on Dynamite for a few fucking weeks. And now you're telling me this story about fucking seizures and shit. This is serious shit. They don't really, wrestling fans are not a serious people. I'm sorry. I'll tell you how unserious people are. Kenny Omega gave a great promo last week. He mentions diverticulitis and they boo a disease as if the disease can hear them. Fucking idiots. They're not as serious people. Leave them alone. And then, as you mentioned, the adult dynamic with Toni Storm, it's just terrible. What a bad idea. Pre-tape would have been fine. Could have had a nice fucking video package. I like it. And it'll be a good match because Deeb's fucking great, but nobody's gonna care. Sorry.
Yeah. No. And this seems to be the theme. This is now it feels like the second time at a Double or Nothing, Deeb gets a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship, and no one's gonna care going in. But the last time when she first done the Rosa 2 years ago, it was a really damn good matchup. So I expect her to at least keep up Toni Storm's kind of in-ring uptake as of late.
Agreed. And she needs to turn heel. I don't know when.
Yeah, Deeb.
Probably have too many years at this point, but whatever.
I would honestly, I would just use the crowd response. Like, you told your life story and they responded like that. Just use it. Sometimes they just need to use the crowd response. Embrace it. And like literally, it feels like they want to embrace it because the very next segment, Toni Storm's second is playing babyface. So it's just like, what is going on?
My guess is they don't want people to choose between Mariah and Toni when that happens.
Yeah.
Too late. Sorry.
We got a super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. He is back. He is back with us. We've missed you, Will. We've missed you, Will. As always, we got to give you one of these.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Will Chisholm says this promo felt like, hey, let's say the word shit so fans can make some noise. Yes.
It was. Yes, it was. That's exactly what that was. No.
The absolute wooden delivery of Serena Deeb saying shit. And then Tony Storm just turns around and just shows her, this is how you say it naturally. A solidary shit.
You know, Deeb is a fucking real person. Yes. I think she just likes the wrestling part. And Tony's a performer. You've got to be dramatic with your shits.
Yeah, this is very much like 92 Brett versus like 1996 Goldust.
I wonder what the example is going to be. Goldust is fucking perfect.
Yeah, I was thinking Macho Man at first, but I was like, nah, it's even more over the top than Macho. It's even more over. It's more over the top.
Fucking people who watched wrestling 40 years ago going, I can't believe this is on my TV. I can't believe where wrestling is gone.
Next scene there is backstage in the trainer's room with Orange Cassidy when Rocky Romero walks in to check on his friend. Romero brought up the fact that he just got off the phone with Tony Khan and said that if he beats Jay White tonight, then Cassidy himself and a partner can get a trios title shot. And he brings up, what about, we can get Tomohiro Ishii, we can get Shibata, maybe we can even mend the fence with Trent Beretta. And Cassidy's like, what the fuck? I love Darren's response. This was great. This is the best segment of this entire feud for me because Rocky just being oblivious, owned after last week. He was like, I don't want to be involved. Then he loses to Kyle O'Reilly, and he's like, you know what? I do want a title, so we can get the.
I hope because that was fucking hysterical. Oh my god, is Rocky the biggest dickhead in the business? I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
I hope this is like him thinking 3D chess. Like, I lost last week in a singles. I'm not gonna get a singles title. Let me put the trio back together. Let me put the band back together.
Like, he got his ass kicked fucking 12 seconds ago, sir. Should probably give it a minute. Jesus.
But I forgot you're suggesting team up.
Can't think of nobody else? Anyone?
Yo, Rocky owned for that. That might be my favorite Rocky Romero AEW segment.
Oh, definitely.
I laughed so much after that. I was like, what a jerk. Fucking jerk. We got another super chat donation from the good brother, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will, as always.
Listen up, you prick.
Will says, with that promo, Serena has no leg to get mad at the final boss.
boss. I mean, hey, sorry. Big Bank takes little bank.
I actually saw a video today. Did you hear about the rumor about MCU wanting Rock to play Apocalypse?
Have we not learned our lesson?
No, I like this idea more than Black Adam. Because they're getting him for Apocalypse for the X-Men movie. They're not getting him for a movie about a villain that he can finagle to never be in the movie with the hero of the villain.
They're
literally looking at him for the next big bad of the X-Men.
No. Even if I like The Rock as a wrestler, as a actor, which. I don't like him as Apocalypse, number one. And number two, you know what happens when you invite The Rock any place? He fucking tries to take over. He takes Cody's spot, he takes Black Adam, kicks out Shazam, brings in Superman, turns Black Adam into a fucking, not just an anti-hero, into a fucking babyface. A full-fledged hero. No. Stay away from my X-Men if you don't mind. I don't ask for much.
Hey, it's not your X-Men. You ain't even watching 97. I'm ashamed of you.
That's hilarious.
I'm ashamed of you.
I love that. How much my whole life now I don't watch this fucking show? I get kicked out? Ain't this a bitch?
I love you, but I'm ashamed of you. We got Big Hero Chris saying rock apocalypse.
And
we got that's what they've been saying. It's been trending on social media.
Hey, who are you? I'm the final boss.
The one-liners don't add up with Apocalypse and Rock. Yeah, you got to do more monologues if you're Apocalypse.
Batista would be great at it.
Batista, you said?
Yeah, he'd be great.
As Apocalypse, yeah, he would do that.
He'd be great at anything. Batista's fantastic.
Yeah. Who do you think they get then? If it's not,
Some guy.
who do you think they get for Mr. Sinister? Because that's the first one, the first villain that they're doing for X-Men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know who it was, but I came out with the best person to be the new Wolverine, in my opinion.
Is he short?
Yes, that was my key. That was my key. The dude that plays the bear. From
Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah. I was like, he would be perfect. He's got the hair, he's got the physique because he did Iron Claw. I think he would be good. He would just have to dye his hair and grow the sideburns.
I have to hear his gravelly voice. Kid who plays Harry Potter, he'd be good too. I have to hear his gravelly voice. I don't know. I'm curious. I love that. Ken Jeong. Stop playing with
Ken
Mr. Sims.
Jeong, would you stop? I saw one, I forget his name, but he's been in like a whole bunch of movies. He always plays like a scary villain type, but I forget his name. But that was the best person that I saw. Or Bryan Cranston to play Mr. Sinister.
Oh, he definitely could do it. He's fantastic.
Yeah. I was like, ooh. I was like, if they want to go hard and like for the first villain and like have a big name, that would be it.
That'd be fucking great. He's fantastic. He was gonna play Lex Luthor, then Dummy decided to go with what's his face? Eisenberg.
Heisenberg, which was fucking stupid.
Right there.
Jesus. Fucking idiots. Next up, we get Tiny Storm, which is a great name. Great. Harley and Saraya. They deserve credit for that because that is great. Tiny Storm, aka Mariah May, going one-on-one with Harley Cameron. We had Don returning to the commentary table to join the commentary team, which I thought was a great decision. If whoever made that decision, great call. He said he's scouting. He's out here scouting, and he mentioned Kenny Omega and what he's done for Callis. This is Cameron's Dynamite in-ring debut. She's had a couple of matches on AEW Dark. Primarily, she's been basically like a valet for Saraya and then QTV. For someone who doesn't have much experience, I thought she did all right. Like, I was expecting this match to be horrible. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I thought this match would be like Divas era bad. But it's a combination of her actually putting in a good effort. Mariah May is just we've seen so many examples thus far already that we could just say she's a really good wrestler. She just if you could go out there with someone with this much little experience and have a fine matchup, I gotta say, man, she might be one of the best female workers in all of AEW. She got the win here with the Mayday to pick up the victory. I thought Saraya was even good on the outside. Called out the guys that eventually got kicked out of the building because they were doing cat calls to her, and they did cat calls to Sky Blue later in the night that got them kicked out the building.
Shit.
Saraya called them out during the matchup. But Saraya, after the match, she jumps Mariah May, her and Harley Cameron. I will say, though, like I said, Harley Cameron did good for someone with less experience. Mariah May might be one of the best female workers in AEW. Even Saraya at ringside did great. The LVP of this whole fucking matchup was the cameraman, and the camera work fucking sucked. Like, there was one shot where they kept going to the entranceway twice during the fucking match. What the fuck? And then
That's not his fault.
Then they tell her, no, yes, it is. It's the cameraman or whoever's the executive producer's fault.
Yes, whoever's in charge of the board.
Then during the post-match beatdown, they telegraphed her getting saved because they went to the camera to the entranceway before Mina Shirakawa came out. Mina Shirakawa comes out for the save, saving Mariah May. She fakes like they're going to kiss, but she says, no, not this week. And the two ladies have some champagne. Mina Shirakawa, I liked her coming out here. She looked great once again. But like I said, this could have been so much worse. All of this.
Mariah May is great. I'm shocked by how fluid she is. Fluid's a good word. She's very fluid. Harley didn't get in the way. That's something. And Mina showing up is to be expected. It's kind of, we've already seen this bit of the story before. We can get to the next part. That'd be great. I don't understand how this is Tony Schiavone tried to play it off like, oh, she showed up and what you call didn't. Did we just see her get knocked the fuck out? Did we just see that? But the Big Show, apparently, she just got knocked out. What was I going to say? I do want to talk about Saraya kicking out catcalling fans. I'm curious what you all think about this. Quite a few of you stuck up for fans in general. Say they can express themselves however they want. Pay for the ticket, right? Does this fall into that?
But no, remember what I said. I said when you start saying certain things, that's when I said you go a little far. And I feel like that's what those guys were doing apparently, because they had to be something. Because we come back from commercial break, we got the camera on Saraya, and she just goes up to them. They're like, "You see these two? They're fucking creeps." I was like, damn. I was like, what did they do? And then I see the report later on in the night. Oh, two guys were catcalling Sky Blue during the show, and they got kicked out. And I was like, watch it be the same guy Saraya pointed out. And it was.
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm all for wrestling fans getting kicked out in general for no reason. So I just feel like it. Especially if they're creeps. But I feel like you paid your ticket, as long as you're not saying anything. Well, I guess catcalling will fall into sexist, I suppose. Yeah, I don't care enough to think about it. Fuck them.
We got King Potato who says Mariah is awesome. He also says I was pretty impressed with Harley, to be honest. She was holding her own in there with a little more work. I think she'll actually be pretty good. Yeah, for the first time since she's been in AEW, I actually see potential in Harley Cameron. Maybe it's because they actually put a match of hers on one of the main shows, but yeah, I didn't see much in her as a valet. I think that she has potential as a wrestler now.
That's an interesting fucking thought. Yeah, she's athletic. What was she? She was something before. I know she was a singer, I think.
You're like, yeah, she sings, yeah.
Listen, she's attractive. Always helps as a wrestler. We'll see. Oh man. So I want to be a little careful about fucking. I mean, you look good in there against. These look great against Brett. I mean, I don't really know what to tell you.
That's why I give you. You notice when I talked about the match, I gave most of the credit to Mariah May, and that maybe it's just Mariah May is a really good wrestler and can have a fine match with even a less experienced wrestler.
Not knocking you, Kev. In case you're watching, not knocking you. I'm one of your biggest fans. Get paid. Fucking under any circumstances necessary.
Catch that check. We got Power Diver Finisher. He says Mariah was great, and so was Harley. I don't know if they know what to do with Saraya.
No. I assume she has a hefty paycheck. They got to do something with her. This is fine.
No, this is fine. Use her to help prop up Harley, who's learning. Big Man Dog says Saraya called Mariah a fake Brit, which is a great nonsensical heel.
Fuck is she babbling about?
I love them calling it a tiny story. I'm sorry. That bought me so much. King Potato says Mina robbing us of a kiss was the ultimate heel move of the show.
If you want to see, I'll be nice. I'll keep it clean. You want to see Asians blondes make out? There's plenty of things you can look up. Unless you're in North Carolina or wherever the fuck they start banning Pornhub and shit. It's bums. Yeah, feel free.
We got RPG that says first fake out was to establish Tony wasn't coming out because Serena laid her out.
I get what you mean. I understand. Yeah, I get what the fuck? You can't look at something and say, aha, there's nothing there.
Yeah. That's not how that works, RP Jesus. It just honestly it was a botched camera work. That's what it was. You did a good job of coming up with a makeup reason, a WWE reason. Oh, we didn't do that. We didn't do that by accident. Oh no, that was a fake out to establish that. Yeah. So I give you credit for that. What happened?
So you see this? You see this? A WWE reason. What literally happened on AEW is a WWE reason. All right.
No, but no, and I'm saying.
I know what you mean. I heard you.
So why are you saying I'm like,
because it's? I mean, I just find it odd that was your go-to. That's all. That's all.
Okay. You find it odd, like you wouldn't have said the same thing. All right, but anyway, we're backstage and we see Pac, who looked the most depressed he has ever looked. This man wasn't even wet; he was dry. He was dry. His body and his hair were dry. He is asked about if we'll see Death Triangle reuniting anytime soon after Rey Fenix's return. Pac's delayed response of not being concerned at the moment with Death Triangle was interrupted by none other than Switchblade Jay White and the Guns. Now I know we have said a lot of criticisms about Jay White and his booking. But my lord, him having 3 belts just makes him look like a fucking star. Oh, he came up with this shit with the bat with all 3 belts. I was like, yo, my boy's looking like a goat out here. What the fuck? they mock Pac for losing to Okada. White axes the Guns. Who's really good at beating Okada? I was like, oh yeah, that's me. Maybe, once I'm done, defending these trio championships, maybe I'll go after the Continental title again and add to my title collection here. But first, he needs to go beat Rocky Romero, and they told Pac to have fun with his new friends, and they can go on and watch him get the win. I like this backstage segment. Pac and Jay, if you're teasing Pac and Jay White or Death Triangle versus Bullet Club Gold, sign me up.
I swear to you, I did not realize that was Pac. I was watching them talk to him, and I went, the last thing, who's the chick on WTV? Nikki Cross? That heard her stairs blankly? I was like, what kind of shitty Nikki Cross gimmick is this? And I was like, is that Pac? Oh my God. What the fuck? I don't know what he was going for, but he's the dryness. He didn't have a pump that he usually has. I was like, who's this random nigga here? I didn't even recognize him. Jay White he's a fucking star. I don't know why the bat works. Maybe because it's gold. It just looks like something people should be doing. Like, I can't believe this is the first time I've seen it. The fact
that he's able to perfectly hold all his titles.
It's perfectly balanced. He has 1 belt on the heavy side. He has 2 belts on the lighter side. How long did he take him to figure that shit out? It was fucking amazing.
I was like, yo, he walked in here. I was like, I don't care what belts they are. He looks like a star. I was like, he looks like a star. He's got 3 belts on a gold bat. Like, what the fuck? I was like, ROH,
AEW.
The ROH 6-man tag team titles, the AEW Trios Championships, and the Acclaimed Special Trios Championship. He could have just gave those back, but he decided he's going to walk around with all of them.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. That might have been my moment of the night. That was my moment of the night where I was just like, okay, forget all my complaints about Jay White. They solved it. They made him put the titles on a gold bat. That was badass having Jay White holding 3 belts by using the bat. King Potato said, bro, carrying like 30 pounds on a bat. Give this motherfucker all the belts, please.
Goddamn right.
Just all the belts. Like, which one you want a shot at?
What the fuck is Juice?
Oh, yes, we need Juice back. We do. That's gonna put this all together, and that's when they're gonna get like consistent time on Dynamite. Collision again is when Juice is back.
You think so? Huh?
I think so. Juice is the key. Juice is the key. We get after that great good segment, we get another one here as Malachi Black has a vignette airing about his feud with Adam Copeland. Black says that Copeland was so pivotal to the industry. but started becoming painfully aware of his own mortality. He gave up everything to have a wife and a child, but needs to be reminded of who he really is. Not the father or a champion he believes he is, but the cold-hearted son of a bitch that Black must remind Copeland about, so Copeland can truly live again. This might have been the best Malachi Black vignette in months. Yeah, I think you're muted.
Why? I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Sorry, I said last week I don't need motherfuckers who. I'm sorry. Malachi Black's great. His video packages are great. There always are. This might be the best one. But you don't win. So you're just a nigga talking shit. You're just talking. You're just talking. Shut up and get speared and get pinned. Let's move on with life.
The fact that they've been pushing as many Copeland title defenses as they have makes me have hope that he gets to win, that Malachi gets to win at Double or Nothing. That they're trying to get him as many title defenses as possible before Double or Nothing because he's dropping the title.
So there's a Jay White push coming, and there's a Malachi Black title reign coming. And sure, how many times you need your heart broken?
I sound like dudes in the early 2010s being like, "Yo, that Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, they're gonna get those big pushes."
It's coming now. They just put him with Paul Heyman, right? Sure, whatever you say. It's over. Listen, if it happens, don't be happy to me. I'm just saying.
We got Annika says, "Good God, are we getting Brood Edge?"
Ugh.
King Potato says they slowly make it Cope join House of Black, aren't they?
Brood Edge is crazy, by the way. Terrible idea. Brood Edge.
Brood Edge. Steven Chambers says Black getting the TNT title needs a lengthy title run. I wouldn't say all that. I just think he needs a run. He needs a run with the title.
Something.
Yeah, he needs a title win. But we got another super chat donation from who else? The good brother, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous. Send.
Appreciate you, Will. He says it's funny how The Rock trying to move his way to Marvel and Batista trying his best to get in the Batman 2 movie. Why wouldn't they want him in the Batman 2 movie? Batista's like the best wrestler turned actor ever.
And he's Hispanic, and he's gigantic. He's makes for an easy Bane. I don't know why that wouldn't be the move. I hope so, because he was great in everything I've seen him in. I just saw him in Dune 2 or Dune.
And if he's not going to be Drax anymore, then get him for a role that he can play for a couple of years too. If you're DC, you need those names.
Yeah, and the Batman was great. Batista fits perfectly in that kind of dark, mucky world.
So is the Batman going to be a part of the new James Gunn DCEU?
No, that's going to stay separate. They got to come with a different Batman to be part of that.
Oh no, that's no, no. That's how I reacted to Andrew Garfield. I was like, no, we can't do that. We got to get Toby back. No.
This
is actually happening. Okay. No, then it's not going to work.
Do you not like James Gunn, King Potato? You asshole! Fucking Guardians 3 was great.
I love James Gunn. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is in my top 5 Marvel movies.
Yeah, Suicide Squad was great.
Yeah, I was.
Stop hating, sir.
Peacemaker was great. Peacemaker was in my 2022 best TV shows.
Wow, I'm not mad at that. I did enjoy it quite a bit. I mean, he doesn't really fit with this world, but still, could be good.
I get this Batman doesn't really fit in, but no, just no.
Generational hater. I get that vibe, sir.
I'm a generational hater, Jimmy. You should know this by now. We get a video package about the visionary pioneers, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, who are shown fighting the good fight because they want to change the world.
Why are we letting this slide? Like, where are we letting this slide? Is it because it's 2024? that were letting this. Like, this was 2019. When we always saying how these niggas putting themselves on TV this fucking much. Was 2024? It's okay. Was I the only one losing my shit over Triple H and Stephanie? But this is egregious. Not 2000. I'm about the authority shit. This is egregious. Like, what the fuck is this?
It's 2000. They cut to the Bucks backstage saying whoever put that together deserves a raise, as they need more of that instead of more Kenny Omega in the hospital bed. They handed a rundown sheet saying that the AEW World Champion is next, and they tell us Swerve Strickland, good luck. We're going to hear from our champion. Way to go. And then they roll their eyes as Swerve Strickland makes his way down to the ring for his face-to-face meeting with number one contender Christian Cage. Swerve gets on the mic and he says that he's in a real foul mood, a fighting mood. We see footage of last week's attack by the patriarchy on Nana and himself. He says that when you become the world champion, everyone wants a piece of you, physically and literally. Since Killswitch took some of his hair last week, Strickland said he is the Conor McDavid of All Elite Wrestling. He's the best, which got a pop from, of course, the Edmonton crowd. And he tells Christian Cage to get on out here. Christian comes down to the stage, and he's with the patriarchy. He runs down the Edmonton Oilers, which leads to a loud "Let's go Oilers" chant. He tells Strickland that last week was by design, as every week leading up to Double or Nothing, Cage will take something from Swerve until finally taking the AEW World title. Cage said that Strickland has been riding a wave of momentum, but waves crash and it will fall at the feet of Christian Cage. Cage deserves to stand at the top of the mountain as the AEW World Champion, and when Swerve's house is foreclosed on, all Strickland will be able to see is his stupid gold teeth when he looks in the mirror. Unless Christian takes them as well. As the patriarchy got closer to the ring, Strickland said, I told you last week that I wouldn't be alone. And out comes the Mogul Embassy. They show up behind Swerve, and he tells Christian to get in the ring so he can beat his ass like Kendrick Lamar did to Drake. Strickland said that Cage made it where he was by playing the political game, while Strickland busted his ass to get to the top. Strickland brought up when Christian, he says that he's going to put him in an uncomfortable position. And we all know when Christian is put into an uncomfortable position, all he'll say is, I quit, bringing up his I quit matchup with Adam Copeland. Cage was about to respond, but then he just smirks as Bryan Cage attacks Swerve Strickland from behind. The Gates of Agony join in on the beatdown. Christian is screaming orders to, Bryan Cage is screaming orders as Strickland was planted with a pop-up triple power bomb. They basically hold him up and beat the crap out of him. They take him to the outside where they rip apart the commentary table. They get the steel steps, put it by the commentary table as the Gates of Agony deliver a big double slam power bomb combination through the commentary table, completely taking out Swerve Strickland. All the while, Christian Cage and the patriarchy are smiling. So last week, Christian took Swerve's dreadlock. This week, he took his Mogul Embassy. We go to the back as Christian says that Christian meets up with the EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. They start shaking hands and he's clapping. The Young Bucks are clapping it up for him. Christian says he's looking forward to conducting more business with them. Matthew questions if that would be considered a bitch move, going to Strickland's comments about them a few weeks ago, as it was the Young Bucks who convinced the Mogul Embassy to turn against Swerve. What did you think about this segment here? I really enjoyed it. I think that this was kind of closing the loop on the Mogul Embassy, because Mogul Embassy helped Swerve in some storylines, didn't help him in others. They just needed to end that whole alignment there. And I like Christian Cage this week taking the Mogul Embassy from him. So what did you think?
How to put this nicely? Swerve is a babyface. I'm on the fence. I don't want to say he stinks because that's strong, but don't. He's clearly better as a heel. And fuck it, I'm gonna say he stinks. I really hated him here. Everything bothered me. The fake pops, the cheap pops. Fucking Conor McDavid. Are you fucking serious? What is this? 1985? And then fucking the Drake reference. I hated all of this. Christian was fine. Christian's always fine. Mo Embassy turning on Swerve, I suppose. Been cool if they were with him every fucking week and then turn on him, but they're not, so I don't get the big deal. And then we get the Bucks again. What the fuck kind of shit is this? I'm so over it. I'm so annoyed. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm bothered by this. I'm already over this feud.
What, Christian and Swerve?
Yeah.
Damn. I enjoyed it, but I could understand. I could understand if you didn't. We got in the chat here. Let's see what the chat thought about this. We got on a positive note from Big Man Dolls. Christian can adopt Brian Cage. Yeah, he could be his nephew.
He's roided up nephew.
He's roided up nephew. We also got here Steven Chambers, who says that spot swerved through the announce table. Jeez.
That looked great.
That really looked good. Really looked good. Big Man Dog says Excalibur and Shivani sold this heel turn so poorly. Yes.
They stink. I don't understand why they're still on TV at all. Tony in particular. Excalibur, he could be the third guy. Those out random fucking factoids. You know, I wrestled him in Germany once. Gives a fuck. Sure, but whatever. Once a match, I'm cool with that. But him selling shit, he's so uninvested. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care about any of this shit. Where's Kevin Kelly? At a MAGA rally? Kevin, we need you to come back so we can fucking add some excitement to the program, if you don't mind.
We got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate you.
That's what the show is missing.
Will says Drake and Swerve both don't like black women and both got their ass whooped. And I'm not feeling Swerve babyface promos. I'm fine with Swerve babyface promos. We just need that heel edge to him. Like, his response to this should be about doing something vile to the patriarchy and to the local embassy. He should be like taking them all out. Do like he did with Joe. When Joe attacked him, he came back with the chain. That showed that little edge to him. And I need him to like go after all the mogul embassy. Why not even break into Nick Wayne's gym again?
Please and thank you. I don't have so much. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so bothered. This was fucking heinous. But you know what? I forgot about Swerve not liking black women. There's a Drake joke in there about any women.
Women sounds old. That's what Drake would say. He was like, women sounds too old. The girlies, the hotties,
the baddies.
The baddies, yeah, that sounds better to me. I'm like I said, I'm feeling his promo work. I just need more of the edge of Swerve. You can have this promo to maintain your baby face, but you got to give us the edge because that's what people fell in love with.
Yes, and he's supposed to be Austin. He's just certain generic baby face. The fuck? Mm-hmm. Go fuck somebody up.
Facts. I feel you. I did love him calling the patriarchy the Addams family. That was a good insult because they do look like the Addams family. A little bit. We got in the chat here Jalel who says, I was kind of like, I hope they turn on him, and they did. Then they did. I called this last week. I said after Swerve's promo, when I was like, why you need them now? Oh, now you need them.
I just 2 weeks in a row, Swerve's like kind of like a fucking idiot. I need you to not be dumb. That's all.
We got King Potato says, can we just have Nigel and Ian Riccaboni on commentary? They're the best match for the company, in my opinion.
Easily.
That was the best run for Collision when they were on commentary. And that's why Nigel usually does the best matches on the pay-per-view because they know Nigel's the best commentator they got.
Nigel's fucking fantastic. With relative ease. I can't believe this shit is on Dynamite.
Shout outs to Nigel, who shitted on me on Twitter.
That's
Appreciate
hilarious.
you.
What'd you
Appreciate
say
you.
to Alyssa?
I thought I sent it to you. That
Yeah.
I basically on Fightful's ROH review, I did a top 10 Ring of Honor champions, basically all champions, the top 10 best, and Bryan Danielson, Dragon was number 1, and I tagged him, and he was like, "There's no account for good taste, bark."
I love Nigel.
Love Nigel, he's the best. We got King Potato says Drake likes girls, not women.
Leave that alone.
Jacob says, according to Kendrick, Drake likes some tender.
Little tenderoni.
Tenderoni. he likes to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. I can't believe that we're gonna have people bop it in the club all summer to Drake is a pedophile.
That's fucking crazy. That's wild.
I give Drake credit though. He's never ran away from a beef. You got to give Drake credit for that.
He never ran away.
Never ran away from a beef. He's accepted all the beef he's ever gotten. He's approached it head on. He's approached it head on. So I'll give him credit for that.
Well, you can start winning some of these though.
Yeah, I mean, he's on a 2 beef losing streak. That's it.
Yeah, I guess people who can rap. It's amazing how that works. Damn.
He's like, I should have stuck with Meat Mills. Damn it. he's like, I should have made that song about Metro. Just make some drums. Big Man Doug says, I have no clue why they keep Nigel on the B show. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you think it is? Do you think it's some weird loyalty to Tony Schiavone, or does he just think he's good? Or maybe it's a nostalgic thing where it's Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, I think that they want to keep Tony Schiavone on Dynamite because of the nostalgia and how long he's been on Turner Broadcasting. And for the most part, I feel like Schiavone is fine. He's just not fine with the combination of Excalibur and Taz.
I didn't love him here either. To be honest with you.
No, he wasn't good. The best addition to the commentary team was Callis.
Oh, relatively easily. Oh, not so much.
We also got here King Potato who says, imagine Nigel and Morrow together again in AEW. God damn, that would go crazy. I agree.
We had it all.
Minor. I've literally heard Not Like Us from someone's blaring car at least once every single day.
It's a catchy ass song.
I either hear that or I hear Euphoria at least once a day.
So 2 5-star tracks.
I gave that 4.5. Euphoria. 4.5. Meet the Grams though, 5 stars.
Over Euphoria?
Yes. Meet the Grams because I appreciate lyrics. I appreciate lyrics and wordplay. I feel like song-wise, yeah, Euphoria is probably the strongest song, but if you like rap, the better rap song was
Euphoria is the rappiest rap song ever. It's a 90s fucking
he was just too relaxed. It was like an evil scientist who was telling you everything his opponent was about to do. We got Power Driver Finisher. He says occasionally he does say stupid stuff and that's hilarious, but as a whole, he can't really commentate like others. I don't know.
I'm not sure what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Dallas?
That could go for either one. We got Big Man Does. It says Schiavone is better on Collision because he has better commentators around to carry him. Yes.
Ooh, that's a fair point.
Schiavone's best role is when he's interviewing someone in the ring.
Yes. You can still be on Turner, just in the ring with a microphone again. Yeah, messing up 2 hours of TV.
But that's when they had like Gordon Soley. See, if JR had even a tidbit of what he used to have, we wouldn't have Schiavone. We would have JR. But JR doesn't have that anymore. He doesn't even
I
have
heard he was good at Dynasty.
He was. He's good. He's good in spots. He's not good at weekly anymore.
I'm worried about that.
Arkani Ara is backstage with TBS champion Willow Nightingale, who said she's not feeling great physically after the Manitoba massacre last week, but fine otherwise. Nightingale says that she's ready for Mercedes Moné at Double or Nothing and is ready for Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, or any other challenger, even someone from overseas. Nightingale says she's sorry that Moné got hurt in their match, but since then she's been on the run of her life, winning the NJPW Strong Women's Championship, the Owen Hart Cup, and now the TBS title. Double or Nothing, Moné better be ready for the fight of their lives. This was another good promo from Willow, and yeah, she looked great.
I didn't hear words you just said. This is another good one. We gotta start figuring out where Willow ranks fucking promo wise as far as women go. She's been fucking solid.
Might be the best babyface promo as far as the women in the company.
It's not a great list.
It's her and extra Latino Thunder Rosa. We all know when Thunder Rosa turns up the Latino and turns into Rosie Perez Thunder Rosa, she cuts some really damn good promos.
Where should rank overall as far as women? I mean, there's Becky, but that's about it.
Overall in all of wrestling, Becky, Rhea's a pretty good promo.
Rhea's pretty good.
She's pretty good. Bailey's really good.
I forgot about Bailey. Just like
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's really good. I think she's on like the same level as Bianca.
Ooh, I agree. I'm not mad at that take. Well, she's gotten so many more opportunities recently, and she's knocked it out the park every time. She's been fucking fantastic. Definitely the best promo on this fucking feud. Best promo on the feud on this show. What the fuck? Jesus. Can't believe it made me turn on fucking Sasha Banks. You know Sasha Banks getting back into wrestling after so many fucking years off? I got dragged to fucking take over Brooklyn, and I watched that fucking match, and I went, oh my God. This motherfucker's amazing. And now I can't stand her.
Rouse says, "Oh my God, Willow Nightingale was looking so good last night. Now that's a woman."
That might be the creepiest thing I've ever heard without a curse word, without any nasty sexual references. It's just, now that's a woman. It's so creepy.
Oh, we got Big Red Does this. Willow should have been the one cutting promos on the stage. Absolutely. Switch her with Serena. We wouldn't be saying the same thing. The crowd would have reacted. Safet says Willow's promo was good. He said sorry, but I also have to say Willow looks amazing.
That's acceptable, sir. It certainly was.
Jacob says Willow is my top 3 female AEW promo cutters.
Who's 1 and 2? Britt and
Tony.
Tony did cut a fucking
Tony, man. Tony's number 1 right now. In my opinion.
One great promo.
She cuts on. What are you talking about? 1.
She's a great character, but like on the mic by herself for 2 or 3 minutes at a time, she's got 1.
1?
When was the other?
It's been more than 1. It's all pre-tapes, but it's been more than 1. It's been 1 and 1. All her pre-tapes knocked out the park. She is the John Moxley of females. Pre-tape, 2-minute promo. Tony Storm always knocks it out the park.
Fair enough.
We got Big Man Dogs. He says Mariah is a decent promo in AEW, but she doesn't stand out. She at least doesn't sound like a deer in headlights.
Very true.
Yes, that's true. I agree with this too. That Sky Blue has some good promos, but
I
wouldn't say she's in the league of like Tony or Britt or Willow.
Okay, Chris LeClaire, you think I'm gonna forget that you just randomly type Sky Blue every fucking 12 seconds? Just randomly in the chat, has nothing to do with anything, just Sky Blue. Stop it. She looks like deer in headlights. She looks like she's reading off a teleprompter. Would you knock it off? Stop it.
All right, guys, it says Willow Promo was great and has been getting better on the mic. Absolutely agree. Next up, we got Switchblade, Jay White, which, oh my god, the entrance even looks better with the belts. Oh my god. Oh my god. He made his entrance even better. He's here to go one-on-one with Rocky Romero. I gotta give credit to Rocky Romero. I thought he was really good here in this matchup, and he's been good ever since, like, getting more time, more matches on AEW television, and he had the crowd bite on that near fall towards the end when he did the running sliced bread and went for the his fourth near fall in a row. The crowd actually bid on that one as Jay White kicked out at like 2.99. Jay White's so good at kicking out at the right time as well. He followed up by hitting a Bloody Sunday, followed by the Blade Runner to pick up the victory here. Post-match, the Guns pounced on Rocky Romero until Pac's music hits and the Bastard came down to make the save, continuing his little rivalry that he started with Jay White and Bullet Club Gold earlier in the night. What did you think about this one?
At this point, I'm starting to realize that I think every match finish follow-up has been exactly the fucking same. I'm like, why is Keel's beating somebody up, and then here comes the babyface save? I'm over it at this point. That aside, so the match is really good. And more importantly, props to, I guess, Dummy. We didn't overstay our fucking welcome. It's Rocky fucking Romero, and it's Jay White. This is not a competition. This is Triple H getting beat up by Taka Michinoku for however long it takes. So we hit our finisher, and we move on with fucking life. I don't ask for much.
But I will say, I think the reason why the fans bid on that near fall is that promo. Once again, putting more value on that promo earlier in the night when he said if he wins, he gets a shot at the Trios title. Any other time, you would never believe Rocky would get the win. But because he said he would get if he got the win here to get the Trios matchup, he became believable that he could get an upset win to set up a Trios title match.
And it's Jay White. And I believe him taking a loss at any time. Sorry. They don't fuck with you like that.
Don't say that. Look at his gold bat. Who got a gold bat with belts?
This is really good. I love this. This is what the fucking Mr. Assman should have been, or whatever.
Fire Giant Finisher says he looked cool with the belts. He made it work. Props to Jay White.
Best of the business.
King Potatoes says, bro, that sequence they did where Jay twisted Romero into the Blade Runner but didn't hit. It was so sick. They had good chemistry with one another for sure. We got Big Man Dawes who says this was a great TV match, adequate length, and very entertaining. We also got King Potato who says, great point, SP3. That promo set the tone for his match. Yes, that's what I said. It was one of my favorite parts of this whole show, and it was like 1 minute. Like you can, that's why we say a lot of the time. A lot of the times the stuff that we would fix on AEW is add like a 1 minute segment or 1 minute, 30 seconds here. It adds something to a match later on in the show. And that's what they did here.
Who wants to watch Jay White versus Rocky Romero? Unless you think maybe.
Exactly. Then we had another one of my favorite parts of the show. And it only lasted a minute. Samoa Joe training video. Yo, him going over and saying, warriors, when you lose, warriors, the main thing that they have is fear. Fear that someone will beat them, fear that someone will be better than them. But I'm not a warrior. I'm not like all the other warriors. I am what all the other warriors fear. This was a great, simple vignette that sets up the next chapter for Samoa Joe of being the final boss of AEW. Of now it's like, who's going to step up to Joe? After you see something like this, of this video, you're like, okay, now who's going to step up to Joe and challenge, then say that they don't fear him? That's what this set up. I thought that this was really well done.
Do we have a name in mind?
My name in mind actually showed up later in the night, but I immediately was like, Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's the guy who would show no fear to Joe being the final boss, saying that he's a warrior. Who's a warrior that has no fear? Eddie Kingston.
Oh my God.
And that's a guy that can lose to Joe, where Joe can further establish himself as the final boss. So when the next time he loses, it means something.
I'm so excited about those promos. I can't even imagine just Eddie yelling in Joe's face.
And the great thing when I thought about it, I was like, he can just basically say the same shit he said to Punk because Joe was part of that group. Was part of that group with Punk that did, and he can turn it up on Joe. Like, I thought out of all people, you would be the one to accept me. You look like me, like, but you didn't accept me either.
You're lazy, Eddie. You've always been lazy.
Oh, yes.
Two-faced cocksucker.
Miro, I haven't thought about Miro in a while. I'll be honest.
He's not coming back to lose the fucking program to Joe.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to want to do that at all. We got Safat who says Samoa Joe's segment was really good. We got Annika who says, who's next? I'm already here for the next Joe program. We also got King Potato says Ramiro would absolutely not be Team AEW. That motherfucker hasn't been a team player for 3 years now.
Team player? Listen, give my paycheck. This is what I don't understand. If you let your kids eat pizza for fucking dinner every night, can you be mad that they fucking get fat? I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. He's allowed to stay home and get paid. Why wouldn't I stay home and get paid?
Exactly. I'll just stay home. I got to worry about a divorce right now.
Right?
All right. It's time.
It's time for one of the best segments of the night.
The learning tree. It's Jericho and Big Bill. They are up against Mo Jabari and Holland Abbott. Jericho is full on 1980s fiery babyface Lionheart. Like he's giving thumbs up as he comes to the ring. And I love this is a squash match that literally cost 2 minutes. But it might have been one of my favorite stories of the night of any matchup because the match starts with these two bums out wrestling Chris Jericho. So Jericho tags out and Big Bill just beats the shit out of them. And then Jericho asks for the tag. He hits one move and gets the win. Then we go post-match. Jericho gets on the mic and does the greatest fake mistake ever on the Dynamite episode where he gets on the mic and he says, "We love you, Calgary." Oh shit. I mean Edmonton. Sometimes you make mistakes when you're creating memories for people all around the world. Jericho said he wishes he could. He's like, I know what you guys are thinking. Why is Jericho on Dynamite again? Well, man, guys, I wish I could be on Dynamite for all 2 hours straight.
Yo, what?
But I want to thank the Big Redwood, Big Bill, who is taking pointers from the learning tree. Big Bill, full on 1980s fiery. He's giving the thumbs up too. Jericho says, did you guys see my match last week with Shibata? I want to thank Shibata and said their match got the highest rating on Cage Match last week. No, he didn't. Jericho thanked Hook, who hit himself in the face with a baseball bat at Dynasty. Jericho was then cut off by Tony Schiavone, who walked in the arena and informed them that Hook will be returning next week. And Jericho says, "Oh, that's great. Yeah, Hook will be back next week. And so will we. Thank you, guys." He did it. It's official. He did it. He turned it around. I don't know how. I don't know how to explain it, but he did it. This just works. It just works.
Feels like Groundhog Day. We were here before, right before the Wizard thing. It's over. Jericho needs to go away. You know, he changed your gimmick so many times before you run out. He did it again. I don't know how, but I am 100% in on Chris Jericho. This is one of my favorite segments of the night. I enjoyed every last bit of it. There's nothing I would change. I like seeing fucking Jericho's titty jiggle for 2 minutes, but it was a nice match regardless of that. I fucking listen. Is it hokey? Is it silly? Is it perhaps even in poor taste. You make an argument. That has nothing to do with me. I enjoyed it, and I would like to see more of it, please. Every week, I would like to see more of this. I had a fucking blast. This was hilarious.
This had no business being as funny as it was. That's just them doing the 1980s, like fired up babyface thumbs up engine, and then the story of the match being that the jobbers were beating Jericho just for Jericho to tag out. And Big Bill just dominates, and all Jericho does is one move and gets the win. And then the promo afterwards, I was like, man, this was the best use of the Learning Tree character for me. He gave me a 2-minute match, 1-minute promo. Yeah, that's all I need. That's all I need. All I need. That was great use of time. We got our good brother Joe Pearl in the chat who says, "Let my kid get fat, Jimmy." Damn.
Sorry about your kid. Waiting for your explanation. I didn't forget. All in footage taken down. You said it was our fault, so they want to make money from it. You said it was SP3 back you up. We're waiting, sir. Waiting for your apology. That's all right. We got time.
Frantic World says, "Man, F this Chris Jericho BS."
Jesus, seriously?
Louis says, "I'm so mad. I love this Tony Perkins ass gimmick." It is the Tony Perkins. AOP, nice try of your false equivalency. He says SP3 fault that Orange Cassidy stood up. He was okay with Cody and Kenny. I was okay with Cody kicking out at 1 and Kenny kicking out at 1. That is different from someone taking a spike power driver on steel steps. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Sorry to inform you that. Just want to let you know.
Jesus.
Danica says, "No, Jimmy. We can't get sucked into the vortex. Fight it."
The vortex. Yes. Sorry. I'm in. Nothing I can do about it.
Big Man Dog says 2 stars needed more time. They could have done some more sequences and host spots for Mo and Harlan for this to truly be a banger.
Yes, where's that bum from last week? Some of y'all been conditioned to not like long matches. What's that guy at?
Ophelia, we are aware that it was no mistake that Jericho called Edmonton Calgary. I realized that because I also realized that earlier in the night, Christian told us that the Edmonton Oilers were first in the Calgary Canucks. So it was great timing by Jericho.
Yeah, if it's one guy who's not gonna make that mistake, it's fucking Canadian ass Chris Jericho.
Power Driver Finisher says Jericho is making MVP. Unfortunately, this was good. I love how our whole chat is like us. We were 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we were begrudgingly accepting that this was working, and now we're at the point of we're like laughing and just fully enjoying this. Jericho, Big Man Dog says Jericho is speaking facts. He has created memories that will last a lifetime. I won't elaborate. Oh shit! I won't elaborate further.
It's true. He's definitely something.
Chris Jericho, what a pro. What a pro. He turned it around. Josh says LVP Drake all week. Yeah, Jersey. We got Joel said they made their money. I ain't apologizing for shit. I respect it, Joel. I respect it.
This, no accountability.
Big Man says, and they're actually using Big Bill, and I was thinking he was gonna have to do the Hogan spine surgery and lose 1 foot of length for Tony to give him a chance.
Jesus. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious. That's a great reference. Great reference point there.
It's kind of sad. You see Hogan sitting next to Hall in them. He's like their height, and now he's like, I don't know, 6'2". Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
they be doing them leg drops so damn much.
Right? You would think if anybody taking it easy than Hulk Hogan. Leg drops a bitch, apparently.
I love someone who is describing Hulk Hogan's leg drop to me. It was like, yeah, I think it would be more effective if he actually ran. Like he's walking at one point. He's walking. He's having a nice breeze.
It's a leg drop. Why is him running going to change anything? Doesn't change the height.
Yeah, you get more height if you run.
He's not
run and jump.
What? No, you're not. What is this? No.
You get more height if you running and about to dunk it. You get more height than if you just stand there and dunk it. It's jump and dunk.
Yes. That's 6'7", 300-pound motherfucker running.
Next we have our main event. Adam Copeland going 1-on-1 with Brody King for the TNT Championship in a no disqualification matchup. I was kind of like apprehensive about the no DQ stipulation because last week we got an FTW rules matchup with Jericho and Shibata, and we also had that Manitoba Massacre matchup with Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. But it only took about like 5 minutes of this matchup to be like, okay, I was wrong. This was so much better because of the stipulation, because Brody King just said, okay, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, Adam. He told him backstage, he's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And Adam's like, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, sure. So that's what we're going to do. Can you do a blade job? Okay, sure, I'll do that. So he gives him a big an impaler DDT on the apron on a steel chair early on in the matchup. At this point, Brody King lifts his head up and he has the most beautiful. This was beautiful. The beautiful mask, crimson mask. It's very rare that we get these beautiful crimson mask faces. This was a beautiful crimson mask face, especially when Brody King decides he wants to smile. Yo, it looked like paint. It was so beautifully like put over his face. It looked like paint. You could have thought it was fake blood until you started seeing it drip from his freaking skull. Copeland breaks apart a chair at one point looking for the crossface with the pole over the face. But at that point, we go to commercial break. Copeland, when we come back from commercial break, he's setting up a table at ringside. We see various attempts for both men to try to drive the other person through the table at ringside before Copeland is able to avoid a no, we get in the ring, they're fighting, and Copeland goes for the spear. King catches him, leapfrogs, and catches him into a spike power driver right in the corner of the ring. With Copeland's history of neck injuries, I was like, I don't know if that was the move to do. But they're fighting. Brody King is just hitting some ridiculous high impact moves. They fight their way to the apron where Copeland hits a Death Valley driver right on the apron. And then he follows up. He gets into the ring, charges, and hits a big spear off the apron through the table. No flames. It's not Mick Foley, but that was enough to really take Brody out of this. He puts him into the ring, hits a second spear. 1, 2, 3. Adam Copeland retains the TNT Championship. Brody King, though, is an absolute monster. He takes those 2 spears and just pops right the fuck back up after the matchup. He beats down on Adam Copeland after the match until Kyle O'Reilly comes down to make the save. And then when we come back from commercial break, Kyle O'Reilly is a fucking snake. He so Copeland. He's like, hey, Cope. He's like, yeah, I helped you out. So if you want to return the favor, how about you defend the TNT Championship against me in the Cope Open in my hometown of Vancouver this Saturday? Copeland asks if that's what this was all about. That's why he helped them in the first place to get closer to the TNT title. Copeland says, whatever. He agrees. The match is on.
No, we're not fucking friends, nigga. Yeah.
Hey, I fucks with Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, ends justify the means. You got what you wanted, so I give you credit, but what a fucking jerk.
Why? I saved your fucking life. You're fucking welcome. You should be appreciative. Give me the belt. Cover it up.
Fucking jerk. But yeah, when they announced this matchup for Saturday, I was like, maybe Malachi can win. Because I would think they would save that for after the pay-per-view.
Great. I'm not going to put any money on it, but here's hoping.
This was a damn good match. This was arguably his best. This is Copeland's best match with a person not named Christian Cage.
Agreed. It was really good. Brody's fucking fantastic. I don't know why he's. Well, never mind. I don't know why he's underutilized. I've keep it to myself though, because you all live in a fantasy world where fucking billionaires aren't vindictive people. Sure. Yeah, it was really good. Edge is always good. Brody is fantastic. I thought the match was laid out perfectly. Brody felt like a monster. The blood added a lot. As you said, it just kind of looked like that old Sting mask where it used to be like this. Yeah. And listen, Edge won as clean as Edge is going to win against Brody King. I was here for all of this. This is fantastic. And here for Kyle O'Reilly, right? Edge won something to not die. I helped you not die. You should be thankful. I shouldn't even have to ask. You should have offered, you cocksucker. Team Kyle O'Reilly.
Team O'Reilly. King Potato says that WrestleMania 21 spear through the table spot was sick. I thought they wouldn't pull it off, but I was totally wrong. Yeah, they hit that really well. I was like Copeland did look like his head hit that table though.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. As long as you don't hit your legs on the way out, I don't care. Bang your head all you want. Awesome.
King Potato says Kyle O'Reilly is a self-serving asshole. He's still a member of Undisputed Era through and through.
What happened to fucking Kingdom? I don't miss them.
I bet they're going to be on Collision this week.
Why are these shows such a mess? Can't we just fucking have a group on Collision and a group on Dynamite? Why is it so hard?
That's true. We got Saved who says Adam Copeland versus Brody King matchup was good. And then next up, we had Arkady Aura backstage with Mercedes Moné. She says that they are
fucking
just
why? Fucking why though? It's 10:03. Why are we hearing from her? What is it? Fuck, we got to hear from The Rock? Are you fucking serious? Is Ric Flair cutting a promo? No, it's Mercedes cutting a promo. For what? Oh my gosh. You got anything new to say? Nope.
He says that they're 18 days away from her debut. AEW is where the best wrestle, and she thrives in that spotlight. Moné brings up sitting courtside at the Celtics game tomorrow and throwing out the first pitch at the Red Sox game. Moné is ready for double or nothing as Willow Nightingale took something from her, and she'll never get it back. Time. Moné said that she'll be ready because she is that bitch, and there should be an asterisk on Nightingale's victory over her. She'll wipe that stupid smile off of Nightingale's face and take her title.
What the fuck?
I thought it was better than her first couple of weeks. The more that she has promos where she leans heel, I'm like, better. At least it's better.
Yeah, there is that. What kind of Hulk Hogan ass contract does she have? Well, if she's fucking in the building, she's got to be on the show. Don't have me travel if I'm not on this fucking show.
Yep.
And I get paid. If she's on the show, does she get part of the gate? There's no reason for her to be on this fucking show. What the fuck is this? How did they turn me against Mercedes Moné in 2 months? Oh my god.
It was weird. It was weird placement. I would have done this promo soon thereafter the Willow promo earlier in the night.
I thought, I would have bet good money. And I did think for half a second. This was a 3-hour Dynamite. The Rampage was happening again after the show. But it wasn't. What the fuck? Oh.
Should have been earlier. For sure. We got Jacob who says, do you think her transition to heel is too gradual or not? I don't think it's gradual enough. Because I can't even say for sure that she's a heel.
That's a very good point. They could easily walk this back.
They can easily walk it back and be like, oh, she was just heel for this program.
She's just spicy. Ugh. Oh, please don't do this. Just turn heel. Don't overthink it.
Just turn her.
Don't overthink it.
Just turn her. And have her associated with Chris Statlander and Stokely while they're at it. Like, why not? Please. And then the final segment of the show, we had the Elite come down to the ring. They said that they spoke to the network for an overrun, and the show doesn't end until they say it does. The Young Bucks hand the mic over to Kazuchika Okada, who had the best promo of anybody in this segment, because all he simply said was, Kenny, the best bout machine, says, get well soon. He kisses the finger for the goodbye, good night. That was great. Matthew Jackson tells Tony Khan, who is at home watching in Jacksonville, that he's the best boss they've ever had. If only he didn't get, if only he got out of his own way. It left the Bucks with no choice but to give Tony Khan a Tony Khan driver. And he says last week, Omega gave them no choice but to give an EVP trigger to an EVP. Nicholas says that the only reason FTR helped Omega was that they hate the Young Bucks, not because they like Omega. The Elite accepts Anarchy in the arena and wishes them good luck in finding two partners who have the balls enough to face them at Double or Nothing. This brings out FTR. They come out on stage and they said that they found just the two guys with big enough balls for the job to accept a match like Anarchy in the arena. This brings out a highly amped up Eddie Kingston who looked like a rabid dog who had just been given food and was about to be let out of his cage, and then a huge pop for the return of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Massive ovation for him. The babyfaces hit the ring. We get a brief stare down with Team AEW and the Elite. Matt Jackson gets on the mic and says that they shouldn't think about putting a finger on them. So Eddie Kingston swings on them first, and it's a wild brawl between the two teams heading into Anarchy in the arena. There was Anarchy on Dynamite to close the show, as it's going to be Team AEW, Eddie Kingston, FTR, and Bryan Danielson versus Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, Jack Perry, and Kazuchika Okada, the Elite, in Anarchy in the arena on Sunday, May 26th at AEW Double or Nothing. What did you think about the final segment with Team AEW being revealed? I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was 3 straight weeks of good final segments.
Before I forget, so I can't get lost in my thoughts. Before I forget, gotta be honest here. Jack Perry, probably the best promo of these 4 here. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this, considering he is typically heinous. I think he was really good. Earlier in the night, I think I forgot to mention it. He was like believable at the very least. He's still really small, with a terrible beard, but he was believable at the very least. Now, and we split time between Matt and Nick. Finally, why is Matt Jackson doing all the goddamn talking? He stinks.
I thought that was a big improvement on the Young Bucks. Like Nick Jackson, yes, this whole character for him, he's just playing it very over the top, but it just works for him.
He just looks like a douchebag. Sorry, he just does. He feels very douchey. I love you, Nick. Clearly. That's where the segment went. It was fine. It's not fine enough to be on TV at 11:28 or whatever the fuck this fucking went on fucking air. But it was good enough. I'm all Young Bucks out. I'm sorry, or elite it out, except the Okada. Okada's hilarious, kind of objectively though. It's just funny.
He's just so perfect as an asshole heel.
Sir, are you aware of anything that's going on? Do you care about any of this? You know, a little bit.
The best bout machine.
Listen, Eddie Kingston's a great choice because Eddie's fucking fantastic, and absolutely. I do love trolling about Jack Perry. Well, do you get a kick out of this? He's fine. He's not. He's like, I'm kind of here for it. I'm just running this thing into the ground. Fuck it. And Dragon is always great, but nah. Into his own? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the ceiling for Jack Perry, you think? I want to hear what the ceiling for Jack Perry is in your thoughts, sir. Who only like him because he's a victim, which is wild. You like Drake now, too? Fucking idiots. Now that he's a victim, I'm rooting for him. Good luck to you.
He's the underdog now.
It was fine. I'll put it that way. It was fine.
I thought it was good.
His ceiling is Kenny Omega. What do you have to say, sir? What do you think, SP3?
That is outlandish. His ceiling, Jack Perry's ceiling, would have been if Brian Pillman walks out that hotel in October 1997.
Jesus fucking Christ! Where are we getting
He can be what Brian Pillman could have been in the Attitude Era.
Brian Pillman,
which this is, let me specify what I'm saying. Brian Pillman was a great standout character for the time he was there.
Huh?
He would have become probably an Intercontinental Champion. But that's it. He wouldn't become WWE Champion. He would be a mainstay in the mid-card and a memorable character. That's what I think Jack Perry's ceiling is.
Okay.
TNT Championship and a memorable heel character.
All right, well, he's not gonna find charisma anytime soon. Knock it off. But listen, TNT champion is, well, I won't say TNT. One of them belts, one very high. Put a title on it, sir. Put a title on it. Very, very high.
I'm not a scapegoat hater. I love the scapegoat. I'm a fan of the scapegoat.
Clearly.
Why you say clearly?
Why are
you so upset?
Because I told you when he had the shitty Beethoven music, and I went, this nigga stinks.
He's gotten better.
Definitely gotten better. Not that much better. Not Intercontinental Champion better. TNT Champion better.
He is TNT Champion's better.
Frantic work him to stop. Love that. The gimmick's not working, sir. We don't believe
Jacob
you.
says, I'm saying he's short, Jimmy.
Oh.
That's why he's saying the ceiling is very high.
Don't mind me.
Frantic Ross says Jack the Goat Perry is Chicago new son and future AEW World Champion.
You don't believe that last part. We definitely don't believe the first part. I hope you don't believe the last part.
Hey Potato says, I'm dying. This is my favorite show.
I'm sorry. He's fine. He's fine. He's European champion. What is that in AEW?
I can't wait for Jack Perry to win the world title.
He might. You put that on whoever you want. Alberto Del Rio. Jack Swagger. You can put it on whoever you fucking like.
It would be the equivalent of Miz winning the world title. Jack Perry winning the world title.
At least that was a down period for them. Now you got too many guys now to fucking put that belt on Jack. That's outrageous.
Yeah. Osprey has to be ahead of him and stuff like that. So I think that with this storyline, what I would add to Anarchy in the Arena is that this needs to be for control of AEW. We need to stop with we need to stop with this couple of matches are made by Tony Khan. These couple of matches are made by Kenny Omega. The Young Bucks are running things from the gorilla position. There's too much going on there. I don't know who the main authority is. At least we just need to, at least if it's even something small, like they have control of Dynamite. I would like that. I think that would add some stakes to the matchup. It would add some investment, and we can have some type of resolution coming out the pay-per-view.
I know you guys hate WCW comparisons. I've seen this play out in WCW quite a bit.
Yeah, this is uncensored, 1997, when they got control.
You can do fucking Russo and Bischoff. There's a whole bunch of shit. Piper and Flair. It happened a bunch of fucking times. I'm just saying. Now, if you want to do it, I'm not mad at it because I don't care about this match otherwise. But then what would you do after that? Would you be done with all this? Fingers fucking crossed. But would you?
It just doesn't have to. I think that then you would transition into the Elite versus Swerve, because I think that's what they're sowing the seeds for that. That this right now is them kind of just completing their hostile takeover. That's why I want the stipulation to be that they get control of Dynamite or get control of the company if they win. So they win there, and then they can focus more on Swerve, because I think that the whole sowing seeds with Swerve is setting up them softening up Swerve for the return of Hangman and Hangman reuniting with the Elite as a heel.
All right. Now we've got the critical things out the way. Can you tell me why we're doing this? If you were Tony Khan, you were an idiot. You fell down the steps, you hit your head. You're now a dope. Sorry, he stinks. I know you guys like him, but he's awful. Not you. You're fine. He's objectively awful. You hit your head and you lose 40 IQ points. Why is this on TV? Like, what is the goal? Do you think it's compelling? It can't be ratings because that doesn't happen. What is
I think it's entertaining and it's compelling.
Fair enough. I don't. Anything to put Matt Jackson on TV 4 times, I don't think it's worth the squeeze. Even if the ratings were booming, I'd say no, but I would get it. I would go,
okay, so outside of your hatred of Matt Jackson, do you think what they're doing in a vacuum, if you replace Matt Jackson with Will Ospreay or someone you do like, is this effective? If this effective storytelling?
Yeah, like I just wrote it down somewhere. I'll go, oh, yeah. But that's wrestling doesn't happen on page. It happens on TV.
And so I think it's entertaining. I think it's entertaining and compelling.
Like if this was Hangman instead of Matt Jackson, right? I would go, this is better. It was fine. But I can't pretend like Matt Jackson was charismatic motherfucker in the world. I just can't.
I think he's fine. He's doing well in his role, actually.
What is his role? Annoying me? He was doing that before. He was doing that when he was a babyface.
But now it's what he's going for. So Bet says that would be good. The winner gets control of AEW. We got also,
you know what? This guy might have just fucking frantic world shockingly. He must have fucking reversed his falling down the stairs, got rid of his dopeness. I've said this before, like this exact line. That's why I didn't like MJF and fucking Adam Cole. That's not a main story. That's a off the side story. I
don't think this is the same. I don't think this has the same tone. It did with just the Tony Khan and the fallout from the Tony Khan thing. But I think that they have got it in the right place after the Kenny Omega angle.
Yeah, but you were saying that, and I would agree. But then they followed that up with Matt Jackson giving him this heartfelt speech before he pushes this fucking thing over. That's not supposed to be funny. That's fucking hilarious. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Kenny. He pushes over. This is comedy. This is serious.
I'm sorry. Like I laughed when the NWO ran a fucking with the big truck into the Rock's fucking ambulance, and I was the biggest Rock fan at that time because it was so outrageous.
Yes, it was stupid,
but it was still entertaining. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, like it's okay if you laugh at something. It doesn't mean that the whole story is a funny story, like MJF and Adam Cole.
It's definitely a funny story. You fucking serious? We're not calling these things.
No, I'm talking about this.
This stunk. They ran him over and he was shut up like 2 weeks later. What? Like, I thought you died. Oh, well. Sure. Sorry.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. Let us know in the live chat your MVP, LVP, out of 10. What did you give the show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. I believe we do have another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. You've been coming through for us today, and we definitely appreciate you for that. So we give you one.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Miss you, sir.
Will says, I think Miss Peppermint really needs to help Mercedes. Sorry, and NBA fans, don't care about you being at the Boston game where the best wrestle, aka this is where the big boys play.
Was it catchphrase now? I probably didn't say this shit.
Yeah, AEW is where the best wrestle is their catchphrase, but it's not an effective catchphrase when someone's been here for 2 months and hasn't wrestled.
That's a fair point.
I was like, it's a cool catchphrase. She should not be the one to say it.
Yeah, so how the fuck would you know?
You thrive in that spotlight? Well, I would love to see you thrive.
If you say so.
I would love to. Could you step into the spotlight then? like that would be great. But yeah. So good super chat though. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate the support. And yes, we have a couple of people who are giving their thoughts on the show, but let's put our thumbs in the middle for the May 8th, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board. A hesitant a pump fake thumbs up by Jimmy. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
6.5. I usually go middle, right? So I guess a 7.
I'm right there with you. 7 out of 10 show. This is what, like, I think I messaged you this last night, and after reviewing the show, I was like, yeah, nothing's changed. It was a boring, a blah first hour, and then everything from Swerve getting turned on was at least the overall second hour was good. So it just averaged out to a fine episode of Dynamite, which is you just passed the test, 70%, 7 out of 10.
How many 7.5 sevens we given the last 6 weeks?
It's been a lot. It's been like a month. I think since the Dynasty Go Home show. The Dynasty Go Home show, I think you gave it a 7.5, I gave it an 8. And then ever since then, we've been at like 6.5, 6, and 7s.
Jesus fucking Christ. What's Forbidden Door?
You know what's been missing though?
What?
Osprey promos.
Running
We
from
don't
the
need him to wrestle. We just need some promo. I just need to know why he's going after the international title. That's really what I want to know. That's all I want to know.
Explain yourself.
Explain yourself. Make me feel like there's a reason that you're going after the international. Explain to me why you need to go for the international title. And maybe I can get into, I'll be excited for you and Roger Strong, which is going to be a great match regardless. But you need to do something to make me believe it's going to be a great match.
Agreed. Show up. Stop running from the grind, sir. You're too young to run from the grind.
You're too young to run from the grind, sir. Hanukkah gives it a 7 out of 10. We got Jacob who says, I'm giving Mercedes the LVP this week, or MVP. Willow, what was your match of the night, Jimmy?
Oh, Edge and Brody.
Easily Edge and Brody. For me, your MVP for the show?
I want to give it to Jericho. And I want to give it to Willow. But I have to give it to Jay White. I'm sorry. He just looks too cool not to give it to him. And he got an 8-minute match on Dynamite. Thank God. Awesome.
Yes. I'm going to give it co-MVP to Switchblade Jay White. And yes, Chris Jericho. The learning tree, Chris Jericho. For Crunch, God damn it. I've never seen this. I've never seen someone on the verge of being like completely, you just need to go away. They need to write you up, go somewhere, and then turn around to be the best part of the show. Like, I've never seen that. That is a first. That is a first. But this is multiple times he's done this in his career. He was stale in WWE for like a couple of years after he made the return, the silent return, and the feud with Punk. After that, it was just a law of diminishing returns with his returns, and then he creates the list. And then like it's just like every single time you write him off, he does this. So not gonna be
top 10?
Huh?
Greatest, your top 10 greatest ever?
Yes. Most definitely.
I'm mad at that.
Who was your LVP for the show?
I don't want to give it to Serena Deeb. I don't want to do it. I'm going to give it to Mercedes.
I'm going to give it to Orange Cassidy.
Oh, I'm not mad at that.
Nothing got me more upset than Orange on this show. Nothing got me more upset than Orange Cassidy getting to his feet. So I got to give him the LVP.
Fair enough. Enough with you, Chris Jericho, Frantic World. You're going to forget about it. A few months from now, you'll be like, oh, Jericho's great. Yeah, no shit. I'm telling you.
We tried telling you this for months. Like, okay, you want to join the party now? Everybody's on the boat party and stuff. Frantic Wells is like, oh yeah, is something AEW over there? Yeah, we're celebrating Chris Jericho. Oh, damn, I can't join. Nope, you gotta stay your ass over there. You want to keep waiting. We got Annika who says LVP us. We got back into the freaking Jericho vortex.
Drink it in, man. Come over. It's okay. The water's fine.
Drink it in, man. Jimmy, thank you as always for joining me for AEWramble. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and what you got going on your channel.
On Twitter, @Jimmy Macram, where I shit on other people's wrestling takes. And at Jimmy Macram on YouTube, we're watching TV shows and movies. Me and SP3 are watching Atlanta, the final season, season 4. Episode 1 just went up. I enjoyed them both, 1 and 2.
Absolutely. 2 might be one of the best Atlanta episodes ever. After rewatching it, I was like, I remember thinking it when I first watched it, but rewatching it with Jimmy, I was like, yeah, they fleshed that shit out. Yeah.
That was fun.
Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. That's the best place where you can support us when we are not here on the channel. But check out all the great stuff we got on the channel right now, like our final Dark Side of the Ring Season 5 review for Black Saturday, The Rise of Vince McMahon, with me and Miss Chrissy Love reviewing the final episode of Dark Side of the Ring Season 5. We will be back with our Who Killed WCW reviews coming up in June when that series starts as well. But for Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. I will be back tomorrow for our NJPW Resurgence preview with Jay News and Sanal, so join us for that. But until then, this has been AEWramble, episode 145, Mogul Embezzlement. We are signing off until next time.